the recording. Okay, your hair looks perfect. Okay, let me see look to the right, look towards me. That looks great.
Yep. Good.
Yeah, you look great.
Good to
You're
go.
a little taller.
Yeah.
Let's do the microphone check. Okay.
Microphone check.
I gotta get mine on real quick.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, okay.
I just felt like it
you're
was going to train wreck with that.
You just stand where you're going to stand.
Yeah.
Okay, where you're supposed to.
Yep.
Okay, and I'm going to move this around you.
Okay.
Okay. So just talk.
Okay, I'm talking.
Check, check,
Yeah.
check, check.
Yeah.
Check, check. Say it.
Check, check.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Microphone check.
Okay, now, so that's it. That's where it's going to be. Okay.
Perfect.
And
I'm just not having a great hair day today.
you know, it happens. What I do love is this length. This length for like us.
Yeah.
It's just, it always looks good. Right
Yeah,
here,
it does.
Know? We got that going on. Okay. All right.
Much better. Okay. Now I'm feeling it.
Okay.
All right. Microphone check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
All right. Okay.
All right.
Well, hey, everybody. This is Audra Stevens, and you're live with Audra. And today I have the lovely Bridgette Brandise in my office, in our studio, actually.
Yep.
This is really awesome because I met this adorable woman just by being in the right place at the right time, kind of. Like, we moved our office into here. Actually, Vince was here prior.
Yeah.
And then I got here a couple of months ago, and I hear this stick of dynamite, like just this badass, like going on about, this and like, let's just get this closed. Okay, I'll write up the contract. Like, shoot me an addendum, and I'm like, okay, like I'll get right on top of that. And I'm kind of very curious, and I walk down the hall, and I'm like, I look in, and I see this like adorable little stick of dynamite, okay, like full-blown stick of dynamite. And so she just happens to be, not only is she an amazing commercial real estate agent who just closed a big deal like yesterday. So congratulations to you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, we always reward success here, And,
we got to celebrate it. We got to celebrate each other. So I really appreciate you having me.
No, of course. Yeah. So again, this is Bridgette Brandise of Brand Commercial Real Estate.
Yeah.
Yep. And she's going to tell you a lot of stuff. Okay. So just, buckle your seatbelts in, get ready, because this is going to be quite a treat.
Yeah, it should be so much fun. So, during your intro, you were talking about how we're in the same office, and it was just pure, just natural serendipity that we met. You came in, and I was like, that's the type of person I want to be friends with. Audra is a go-getter. She gets after it. She is on task.
Wow.
She's built this whole studio here at our unassuming little office.
Yeah.
And it's the energy level has just like increased so much since you've been here. And I love it. I have wanted for so long to have somebody with your energy that I could co-office with. So it is such a beautiful thing.
Thank you.
It gets, our work sometimes is a little bit tedious. It's a lot of paperwork. It's a lot of
there's a lot of stress.
Yeah, stress, and you're just in the computer.
Everyone's really angry in this industry
staring
too.
at the screen. We got a lot of uptight people, right? So to have this kind of energy in the workplace is outstanding. It's like really put some wind in my sails. So
all right.
Yeah, so it's very cool. And you work on finance in the residential sector. I'm on commercial.
Yeah.
And you may not think that we have some crossover here, but we actually do.
I'd say so. I mean, honestly, like a couple of my real estate agents have come in here to record, and they're like, Brandise Construction. Yeah. One of them walked out of here with a hard money lender. Okay, because through Brandise. Yeah. And then another one didn't one of my girls come down, and she's like, oh yeah, I got your number, and you were telling her that you're gonna like give her 50% and you'll handle everything. So like if you guys have referrals and stuff and you're not really sure like who to work with, or there's a lot of commercial real estate agents out there, but there's really not that many. Yeah. And there's not that many that like know their stuff.
Well, that's the thing. Somebody who's in the residential world, they don't want to just turn over their client to somebody that they think might take that relationship, commandeer the thing. I don't do that. When a residential person has that much confidence in me to bring me one of their clients, like I'm careful with that person. Right. And I communicate with the residential agent nonstop throughout the whole transaction. Yeah. And it's a learning experience too. So it could be somebody that you're doing the financing for their home, but it's also a professional that owns a business in town. So that professional, maybe an attorney or a medical practitioner, they need to buy their office building or they need to buy an industrial building or whatever it is that they're doing with their business. You ask those questions, you're doing the financing, what type of business they're in.
Oh,
and then,
great. Yeah.
You introduce me, and now we're working on multiple deals. I'm out looking for them for land or a flex building or an office building or whatever it is that they need. And they're getting that service.
I mean,
right?
this is the part that I love about this girl. Is like she's like a plan building or a flex building or blah, blah, blah. All those. And I'm like, okay,
right?
Yeah, okay. That sounds amazing. Like she's smarter than any of us.
Oh,
okay?
That's not true. That is not true at all. But I will try to keep the jargon to a minimum.
I love it.
And if I say something, like I'll define it.
Girl,
so,
here's the cool thing about this show what I love about it. It's that we because I do speak a lot of different languages. I was saying, like with Vince, I speak real estate, mortgage, insurance, and I'm going to be talking commercial pretty soon here, guys. So watch out.
Oh yeah, watch out. We're all
So I'll be like, so the flex play, whatever.
I love it.
Yeah, I know a couple terms, like net, triple net.
Yeah.
That's about it. But I mean, so one thing that we definitely need to cover, okay? Because I love everything you just said, but I definitely want to cover how you said that there's like a lot of people that they don't really know. Well, first of all, you said that if they refer you, that is such a hard thing for a real estate agent.
Hard.
It is so
it's
scary.
very hard.
And as a commercial agent, I mean, we kind of have to bow down a little bit. I mean, it is it's
just different. It's
different.
It's not that it's more complicated. It's just a little bit different. And when you're making a referral to somebody, you want to be so careful with it. You want to give it to somebody who's actually going to get the deal done.
Well, yeah.
Right? So everybody gets paid.
Hell yeah.
You don't want to hand it off to somebody who may not themselves know exactly what they're doing.
I seriously just want to go find a commercial deal so I can be like, here you go, Bridgette.
Yeah,
and be like, come on, just hand me the cash, please.
Yeah. And a lot of people are like that. Like, hey, I'm such an expert on residential. I don't want to learn any more of this stuff. I just don't even want to deal with it. I'm staying in my lane.
Sure.
And you handle everything. And I love that. That's fine. There's other people that see it as an opportunity. Hey, I could learn something about commercial real estate, the process, the paperwork we use, all that stuff. Hey, maybe I want to be involved. And that's cool too. I love teaching.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted to touch on because I know you love to teach. Okay. Yeah. And I love the fact that you said that you actually want to help people and help women break into this business.
Yeah.
And I just think that is so cool because there's not a lot of people that genuinely are like, I want to go and help a bunch of girls.
No.
Listen, like they don't.
No. And it's like become this thing where it's a marketing ploy. Like people say that and maybe they don't really mean it. So to me, it's kind of weird. It's like, oh yeah, we want to empower women. We want to do this. But, I've experienced in my industry other women that have barred the door, that have stopped me, and maybe even more so sometimes than the men.
Yeah.
So it's one thing, you got to practice what you preach, right? Mm-hmm. And for me right now, I just closed this deal, this industrial land in North Las Vegas with Amy Ogden of Logic Commercial Real Estate, a true professional. That was, one of the easiest, best deals I think I've ever done. So she was on that deal. Meanwhile, the other transactions I have in progress right now, it's all women on the other side. Yay. If I'm representing the buyer, they're on the seller. And it's just, I'm out here doing it in practice.
Right.
I want to bring everybody with me, right?
I love that.
Yeah.
That's it. There's not a lot of those people. So I kind of consider myself a bringer with her,
Yeah.
I like to take people with me.
Yeah, you came in my office and you're like, hey, I hear you talking. It sounds good. Like, I'm interested. Do you want to come on the show?
Get down here.
I'm like, yes, I definitely want to come on the show.
And I want to say, like, major, major hats off to people that are brave enough. I know, like, I don't want to say brave enough because I think a lot of people are brave in their own ways out there.
Of course.
But this is a different level of bravery. Like, you are really exposing who you are to whoever's going to watch, right?
Right.
And I can tell you right now.
Yeah, first time I've done this. So, yeah.
Well, it's kind of the first time I've done it, too.
Right.
I mean, it's not like I had one of these in my house or anything.
No.
I just really, I really love giving back to real estate agents who have always taken care of me in the mortgage industry.
Yeah.
Plus also talking with people in our field, getting to know people.
Yeah.
And then letting other people get to know you.
Yeah.
Which is so important. I mean, I can't just sit here and talk to myself all the time. I mean, I probably could, but but I'm like, I'm gonna give someone else a chance.
I love it.
So it's really just having you on here. So tell us about. Okay, so tell me about this.
Yeah. Let me. Okay. I can talk about this a little bit.
Okay.
So I don't know if you can see it, but
yes.
I put together this report. I used to work at a larger provider of commercial real estate services, a big global company.
Yeah.
And I remember sitting in that conference room, and we're discussing research and what kind of properties that they were tracking. And nobody tracks anything that's less than 10,000 square feet.
What do you mean by track?
Like where you're looking at all the market statistic, and you're looking at the sales comps.
Okay. So you're like looking at, yeah.
Because commercial real estate, we don't have a standardized MLS. So that's kind of the first obstacle, right? We don't have an MLS. We have multiple databases. We have the telephone. Like, hey, can you tell me about this property? It's word of mouth.
Who's the owner?
Yeah. Did you see this property so-and-so has listed? I think it might work for you. Okay. So it's like calling and
like
emailing.
Word of mouth almost.
It's word of mouth.
Yeah.
We have a lot of word of mouth deals that get done.
Wow.
Because it's so... every one of them is completely different. So so it's really hard. Like for residential, in a lot of subdivisions, maybe every fourth house is the same. So the appraisers, they have an easy job of it. They just get in there. It's simple. With commercial real estate, every one of them is different, like a fingerprint, right?
Yeah.
So I thought, my real niche is selling commercial buildings to business owners, so local business owners.
Right.
So,
like for example,
right, for like an attorney that maybe it's a personal injury attorney, and they have they need prestige, and they have a high profile firm.
Right.
They need a piece of real estate to
and they're going
reflect
to the
that.
same place, same time,
Right.
every day. They've got a whole staff. They
Right.
need offices, and they're like,
Right.
why am I paying rent?
Why would they?
when
They're
I
there
could
forever.
buy a building?
Exactly. Medical people, same thing. The average dental practice will stay in a location 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
So why would you want to be throwing that money away on rent every month when you could use it to accumulate wealth?
I have a quick question.
Sure.
Okay, so you said medical, right?
Yeah.
Now, let's say that you your exact scenario, you go to a doctor, husband-wife team, whatever, and they're like, you know what, we want to buy our own place.
Right.
How hard is it, and does your husband do this? Like, how hard is it to go from a regular commercial property to a medical commercial property? Do you have to be in a certain zone?
Yeah.
So
it's there's a lot of details involved in it. And yep, my husband, Joe Brandise, Brandise Construction, also housed in this very office.
Yes.
It's a beautiful
this is
thing.
his suite, actually.
Yeah. So
he just gave it to me.
Right? Me too. It's A to B. Construction is in-house. So whenever, I have a building that I think, oh, this could work for medical, I'll get Joe involved.
Sure.
And he'll say, okay, well, these are the things that we need to do to position it
and you
that
could
way.
just like go right down to the planning office, which is like 2 doors down from you.
He does know. He does so
Yeah.
many of these office tenant improvements and specifically medical office tenant improvements
Oh, okay.
that he knows exactly what needs to be done. So there's not even a call to the building department. It's a call to my husband.
I got the best
Hey.
idea, you guys. I'm just going to throw it out there right now, just
Yeah.
based on what you
Yeah.
said. Anybody, okay, we all know who the client was that was a doctor, okay, or maybe a chiropractor.
Yeah.
Anybody that sold a house for a doctor or chiropractor,
Right.
why don't you guys give them a call and see if you can generate a lead out of it?
or ask a question.
And just say,
right?
hey, I know that you're a doctor. You have established your residency here, and have you thought about maybe buying a place? Because
Right.
if so, I'd love to connect you with a person.
Yeah.
Myself and Bridgette, and then
Yeah.
also we can build it
Yeah,
out
it's
for you.
turnkey. It's all services combined under one roof over here. So you guys are on the finance. I'm on the sales and finding the property acquisition, that kind of thing, coordinating. And Joe's on construction. And there's not a construction question that he can not answer.
Right. Well,
And-
a lot of the people that are watching
Yeah.
are like real estate agents, and I'd say that's probably the majority. So
Right.
I really think like this is a really it's an opportunity.
Yeah.
Seriously,
It's
because
another-
like you don't really know where to start when you're in residential, and you're like, well, why don't we start with anybody who sold a house to a doctor?
Right.
Give them a call and see if they thought about maybe owning their own
Right,
place.
or the status of it. Here's the other way in the door on that one is you ask, hey, how's it going with your commercial lease? Do you lease? Do you own? What's up with the lease? Is the air conditioning working?
Yeah.
How's the parking situation? Did they give you, signage on the building? Like, what's that relationship like with the landlord? Chances are there's problems there, right?
Yeah.
And for a person to own their real estate and own that building, they're going to eliminate some problems just having to deal with the landlord.
Yeah, if you have landlord problems, like that needs to end.
Right, and that's maybe the question the residential agent could ask. Hey, how's it going with your professional space? You know, the space where your practice is. How's the lease going? What's happening?
Seriously, tell them what to do, and I guarantee you there's agents out there. There's not a lot of residential. There's a little bit, you know, there's a little bit of a frenzy right now, nothing crazy.
Sure.
But they're looking for other ways to make money. So if you could tell them, like, hey, listen, call up your anybody who is self-employed that rents a office and see how their office
see how the lease is going.
Then
also, if you ask me for this report, I have this in hard copy. I have the expanded version of this in a PDF on the website, and I could also just send you the link to it, but it has actual available properties and comps. So
that is so important because like what she was saying earlier, there's no like MLS that you can go to and find all the commercial properties.
You cannot.
It was in her head, and she's actually put it in writing.
Right. First time ever that this data has existed in a format that's easy to understand
for lay people, for other people,
for everybody. You know.
Yeah. I mean, it's beautiful. You obviously, I can't believe you wrote this. This is super impressive. I mean, I love to write too, and I love to create like things like this. But,
I have graphic design in house, so you know,
good to know.
And I write articles on LinkedIn. I know that sounds so boring, but
it's fun.
But I love writing and I love teaching. And if there's any tool that I have that could help you in your business, bring in maybe, like you said, alternative streams of income, I am down to help, and I'm down to answer questions. Phone call away.
And if you're a real estate agent and you're calling her, she will give you
a pickup. That's the other thing. A lot of commercial real estate people
pick up.
They never pick up the phone.
I don't know how they do.
It's
How
maddening.
they close.
Yeah, I don't either. Honestly, I don't understand what the malfunction is, but it is a thing. And a lot of my clients have picked up on it. Hey, why is it that other commercial real estate people don't answer the phone? I don't have an answer for that. Yeah. I answer the phone.
Me too.
I don't care who it is.
I'm excited to get a phone call. I'm like, hello?
Yeah. Well, when you have property signs all over town, you never know who's going to be calling.
Girl,
so
you
got to pick it up.
You want that.
That's right.
It must be the most exciting thing when you have a sign up and like you get a phone call because there's a chance.
There's a chance. And then a lot of times people calling from the sign, that's a direct principal. That's a decision maker who's calling you on the sign. So, bottom line, pick up the phone.
Always.
Tip from the top.
Tip from the top. I love that. Do you have any more tips from the top?
That's what I got for right now. I'm sure I'll have some more.
Listen, I want you to come on again. I would
love that.
Because here's the thing, what I realized today is that every single week that this studio is here, things change. Like last week, you know, you didn't have the closing, so we couldn't talk about that. The week before that, you didn't have this out, so we couldn't talk about that.
Right,
and every week goes on, everything is continuing to change.
We're growing, we're building.
So I want you to come in. I'm not going to make you come in every week, but I might be like, hey,
I would love to come here every week.
Hey, my guest didn't show up. Can you please come down here?
I could talk for days about this stuff. It's my passion. You know, I love helping business owners get into a position where they are accumulating personal wealth, where they're building their dreams, they're building their business, and they're making the right decisions. And you can do that through good decisions on commercial real estate for sure.
Heck yeah, you
can. So
can.
I want to help. Like, that's my mission in this town, is to keep that real estate in the hands of our private people, of our local business owners.
I love that.
That's it.
I love that.
In a nutshell.
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think we've covered a lot.
Yeah,
and
we can have a part 2. You let me know when round 2 is.
Yeah, I will definitely let you know.
Okay.
And we'll make it like whenever you want, and we'll make it at least once every 2 weeks.
Okay.
I have some exciting news. Ever since we launched live a couple days ago, we've had a lot of people actually call and say they want to come down. So this goes back to the bravery thing. It's like, I know a lot of people I've called and said, hey, why don't you come down? And they're like, I don't think so. I'm like, okay.
Right.
But then we have people that are calling and are like, yeah, I'd love to do it. So
it's one thing to talk about it. You know, I have this idea. I want to do this thing.
Right.
It's a whole nother thing to execute.
Oh,
so the fact that you've executed, it's a big deal.
Oh, thanks. Thank you.
Celebrate.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, well, I think that's going to end it for the day. Don't forget Bridgette Brandise for all of your commercial needs and brand brand commercial real estate and also brand construction. I mean, if it wasn't for him and his dad, and they've been, by the way, Brandise Construction has been around for like 51 years.
Oh God, longer than that. They've been around. I can't even do the math, right?
Right.
1967. What is that?
I don't know, but I'm not doing the math right now. Somebody else wants to. You go right ahead.
They've been here for a while,
a long time.
So yeah, a legacy and a reputation to protect.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, thank you so much again.
Thank you, Miss Audra.
Awesome. Okay. Bye.
Okay.